Let me show you how we record those crispy sound effects. But first, let's show you the visuals. Look at all the flavor! Delicious! I have the best job ever because I get to eat food for a living. This is Dental Digest. Welcome to my studio. Let's go! I'm Dr. Anthony Baroud, also known as Dental Digest. I'm here with Fortune Magazine on their YouTube channel to tell you guys how I got 14 million subscribers at the age of 26. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, an area called Prospect Heights, Illinois. My dad was in construction and my mom also helped him. I grew up in a small family and I loved watching lots of YouTube growing up, so I knew I had a passion from it from a young age. I actually have dyslexia and ADHD, so reading for me never came easy. I really discovered this later in my life. While I did struggle with reading and writing, my creative side was really strong. Here is my used toothbrush bin. You can tell they're used because they got lots of toothpaste all over them, but you never know what props you need. Maybe you need a gaming toothbrush, you got it. So my love for dentistry started in college when I started to find my passion in medicine, and I kind of found my niche in dentistry when I started to do shadowing and learning more about what dentistry is actually about. I was training for a triathlon. I was on my bike for 4 or 5 hours a day, and Dental Digest pretty much started and was created on my bicycle. I really loved Golf Digest, Reader's Digest, and I was kind of inspired on like how they've been able to create such a massive brand around 2 words, and I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to do something that could outlive me, outshine me, and that is Dental Digest. Even though I have no experience in video production or editing or any of that, and I figured dental school costs like $500,000, so I gotta start working like a madman to pay off those bills. The schooling system was slowing down because COVID was kicking in, so I took advantage of the opportunity. It took like almost about a year from that initial idea on the bike to posting that first video. I started on my iPhone. I had a laptop. I watched a whole one video on how to edit in iMovie. I just started off by doing toothbrush reviews. As my videos kind of got more and more views, I was like, it's time to up this production. One roommate had a Canon M50, which was like, it's like a $600 camera, so I borrowed it for about like half a year. I was filming in a room that was like 10 by 11 with my bed, with my desk, with all my clothes, with a bike in there. I was super quiet and shy in my videos because I didn't want to wake up my roommates, because I'd be filming these videos at like 4 in the morning because I had school in the morning, I had to work out, I had to train, and then I had homework, and then I had to go back to clinic to practice my hand skills. So I really only had midnight to about like 5 a.m. to record. Green screen room, my favorite. I like to do lots of Mario things in here and do some awesome edits. I was creating long format videos, and then once short format videos came to rise, this is where I really dove in to toothbrush reviews. One day at school, we were talking about oral hygiene and how to clean your teeth, and they gave us these tablets, and it blew my mind because I'd never seen these things before. Later that day, I grabbed some extras, I bring them home, I use them in a short format video, and the next thing I know, the video goes absolutely viral, mega insane, and going to bed with 50K and then subscribers, and waking up with 200K, and then later that day seeing it's at like 300, and then by the end of the week having 1 mil, and in 1 week I gained 1 million subscribers. I couldn't sleep for a whole like 2 weeks straight, I'm not lying. All I wanted to do was work, so I biked to like 24-hour convenience stores and grab the production that I needed, whether it was bubble gum or whether it was toothbrushes or toothpaste, and dollar toothpaste, dollar toothbrush. The goal was just creating content, and I wanted to create as much of it as possible. My dad was always there from the beginning of the journey. He didn't help edit, but he helps with the construction things, right? That's his background. So, hey dad, I need to send a toothbrush to space. Okay, let's do it. So we'd figure out a weather balloon, spacecraft, GPS locating, crazy contraption. This is the construction room where we built the world's largest toothbrush. Electric toothbrush. Yeah, we did that. The way we edit is how I view the world. It's like a lens into my brain. It's very fast-paced, it's very chaotic, very ADHD. Right around a year and a half in, brought on an editor, brought on one of my best friends from college who helped me with production. I moved into a 1-bedroom. The living room and the kitchen is where I'd film, and it was walking distance from the school. And then as time went on, I moved in the same building, whereas it's right across the street from the dental school, to a 2-bedroom. Once again, the living room as filming, and then the larger bedroom as the editing bay and the new filming area, and then the tiny bedroom for where I'd sleep. Recently, we kind of moved into a new space, which is about 5,000 square feet, and it's all focused towards the channel's evolution and being organized. We got the YouTube gold play buttons, the silver ones. The diamond is still in its box because we're working on an epic video where we're gonna turn the diamond play button into a diamond toothbrush. I'm truly blessed and honored and super grateful and happy because this is truly an amazing journey, and it was a lot of work, it's a lot of stress. I'm living my dream. Not everyone's dream is the same, but for me, this is the dream. I'm excited to see what the future has. My favorite, the toucan brush. If I can brush, you can too.